This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Damn right, Andy Ruiz. I'm glad you went on First Take and understood that you have to prove people wrong again. But listen, man, when you sitting there partying to all the way up until 6 a.m., you're not serious, dude. Let me say it again. Like I've been saying, folks were sitting there looking at me sideways when I was saying this stuff. Hear me and hear me well. This dude put on weight, dog. I done told y'all, man. This dude looked like he's an extra 65 to 70 pounds. On top of the fact that he was already over 65 to 70 pounds. He needs to start working out now. He's a fat boy. You have to understand, he needs to go in training camp at least one more month prior to the work that's done. Most training camps last 9 weeks. That's 2 months and 1 week. This man should be making sure that he's preparing himself 3 months and a week. He's the only fighter that needs to be starting camp before everybody else, because he has to spend the whole first month dropping all of that extra weight. And then into the first day of the actual real training camp, he can start working on the tools so that he can fine tune himself. This dude's been partying way too much. When you look at Andy Ruiz, the motherfucker look like he got too many Snickers up in his ass. Let me say it again. When you look at Andy Ruiz, the motherfucker look like he got too many Snickers up his ass. So yes, you had to take your ass on First Take because you had to answer the question. You have to understand, man, you are one loss away from being considered Buster Douglas number 2, Mr. McCall number 2, Hasim Rahman number 2. Yes, it's that serious, dude. So you're gonna have to take this fight even more serious than the last fight. Let me say it again. You're gonna have to take this fight even more serious than the last fight. A lot of people want you to win because you're the first Mexican heavyweight to win a title. So people are rooting for you. But you're gonna have to go out there and show up and show out. Let me say it again. You're gonna have to go out there and show up and show out. Your habits are not showing one of a champion. What you're showing me is that you're sleeping in silk sheets. Remember the Marvin Hagler term. Let me say it again. You're showing me that you're sleeping in silk sheets. The Marvin Hagler term. That means you're comfortable. You feel that you've already arrived. It's one thing to win the titles. It's another thing to have title defenses. This is what separates the greats from the obsolete. Let me say it again. It's one thing to have titles and win a title. It's another thing to have title defense wins. This is what separates the greats from the obsolete. Why do you think the Deontay Wilder is compared with the greats, the Mike Tysons of the world, the Lennox Lewis of the world, etc., etc.? They're comparing, is Deontay Wilder's power on the level of George Foreman or Mike Tyson? There's a reason for this phenomenon. Because Deontay Wilder has 10 title defenses. His resume speaks for itself. And he's been in there with some of the best heavyweights in today. Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, the list goes on and on and on. So he's credible. He's proven himself. And he's been up in there with good challengers like Dominic Brazil. But what have you done? That's the question, Andy Ruiz. Yeah, you beat Anthony Joshua. But if Anthony Joshua goes into the Saudi Arabia fight on December 14th and he knocks you out, you are going to be considered the worst one-hit wonder in boxing history. Especially if he does it in emphatic fashion. Because it's not like Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight boxer we've seen. We know he has stamina issues. We know he wanes in the second half of the fight. We know this stuff. And we know that he can't handle your fast hands. This is why you should have been in the lab. And you should have been showing people that you're serious about your craft and you're not sitting here bullshitting. Because it's one thing when you're a champion. It's another thing when you have championship habits. Let me say it again. It's one thing when you're a champion. It's another thing when you have championship habits. And you haven't shown us that you have championship habits. If anything, you're just showing us that you've never been there before. You know what I'm saying? This is your first time at the rodeo. That's what we're seeing from your behavior. The fact that you had to go on First Take to tell people that, yeah, I am basically taking this serious. That means people were questioning if you were taking it serious. Whew. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me rewind this because it needs to marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me and hear me well. The fact that you're sitting here telling people that you have to justify why you're taking it serious is because people were questioning whether you were taking it serious in the first place. It came from a place, man. There's videos on social media. See, your fan base can't lie to this because there's proof in the pudding. You was sitting here, you know what I'm saying, jamming to that damn song that the Wayans brothers had that movie on, man. That's what you was jamming to, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny. You know what I'm saying? You look like big old Terry Crews minus the muscles dancing all over the place. I mean, it's ridiculous, dude. Like, nobody's telling you can't have fun. But this point, September, come on, that shit should have been in July. I would have gave you at least the end of July. But damn near by mid-August, because your ass got a lot of weight to lose, your ass should have been in the gym. Not sitting here saying, oh, I'm going to eat. We're going to go to a party. We're going to go party. We're going to start training camp another 2 more weeks. We're gonna drop some more tostadas and enchiladas and chalupas and tacos down our throats, and we're gonna be fine. No, we don't want to hear that. We're gonna get some more drinks. We're gonna go to the club and the strip club. We're gonna do our thing. That's not a serious dude right there. That's no different than when AJ Devo went down to Miami and he learned. Because I warn everybody about Miami. If your ass ain't ready for Miami, Miami will get you. Let me say it again. If your ass ain't ready for Miami, Miami will get you. And his ass, what happened? Women make those knees weak. Let me say it again. Women make those knees weak, and they made Anthony Joshua's knees weak. So that's what's happening to you right now. You don't look like a guy that's dedicated, that's focused to your craft. So people are going to question you. So yes, you have to go in there and prove the misnomer that you're not a one-hit wonder. And then you have to go in there and prove to people where your focus and your dedication is truly at. Because it's one thing to be the first Mexican heavyweight title holder. It's another thing to repeat that. Because now not only are you setting history, you're going to be right there in the Guinness Book of World Records again. Not only as the first Mexican heavyweight title holder, but to also be the first Mexican heavyweight title holder to have a successful title defense. Now that's going to speak volumes. And it's going to give us credibility to the fact that you belong in the upper echelon of the heavyweight division. So Andy Ruiz, what is it going to be? Are you going to go out there, be dedicated, be focused to your craft and win? Or are you going to continue to bullshit and be considered that one-hit wonder? Because trust and believe, with the way that the media gasses you up, because they're good at that. They gave you Snickers commercials, Jimmy Kimmel Live, you know what I'm saying? The Mexican governor wanted to invite you over to Mexico. Canelo and them wanted to chill with you. As soon as your ass lose, and if you lose, that is, because there's a possibility that you can win the fight because you've proven it in the first fight. But if you lose, and you lose emphatically, all of that goes away. Ain't nobody gonna be checking for your ass. So, are you one of these people that just want to enjoy the 15 minutes of fame? Or are you one of these people that want lasting fame? Let me say that again. Are you one of these people that just want to enjoy the 15 minutes of fame? Or are you one of these people that want that Deontay Wilder lasting fame? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And I can't answer that for you. Your fans can't answer that for you. Nobody can answer that for you. It's the man that has to look at himself in the mirror, a la Andy Ruiz, that has to answer that question. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.